Okay, so we are going to talk about the wall-facing handstand push-up. So first and foremost, you want to think about how you're going to get into the correct position. Remember, in the workout, you're going to be a little fatigued, so don't try anything new. Just make sure you're comfortable with it. You've got two options. You really want to save your arms, right? So yes, you can go the basic wall walk option. Now that's going to be a little more fatiguing, obviously, because you're having to walk into it. Okay, thank you, Wahab. And then you have another option where you can start just right there and kick up, obviously saving yourself a little more. And then you've got option 3. Remember, only if you're comfortable, you're going to be under fatigue. You can essentially cartwheel into it, and then you're saving a lot of the pressing. So those are your 3 options for getting into position. The next thing we're going to talk about is hand placement. So you've got basically 2 options that I like to think about. The first one, you're going to have the hands facing out. And when you come down, that's going to be a little bit more tricep and shoulders. So come on down just with your hands facing, yep. And then, so the next one you're going to want to think about, and that's the one that we like in particular, hands facing slightly out. And I think that's going to get you a little bit more chest involvement. So let's try that. Let's take a look. So you've got the hands slightly facing out. And then when you press down and up, it's a little more chest. Whereas if your hands are facing forward, see as he comes down, it's going to be a lot more tricep. So that's what you want to think about, right? When you're doing your regular handstand push-up and you're kipping, you are using more shoulder and tricep. So when you get to your wall-facing strict, keep in mind, all right, what is going to help me? What muscle groups are feeling fatigued? What can I start to incorporate when I'm fatigued? So oftentimes that hands facing out is helpful. So the next thing we're going to do after we figure out how we get into position, how our hands are facing, is what we're doing with our upper body. So if you'll go ahead and get into position for me. He's going to use the hands facing out because that's what he likes. When you come down and press up, push your head through so you're using more chest. Go ahead again. Good. And head through. Nice. There you go. Good. That's a nice option, in particular for males who tend to have a really good like bench press. You know, they've been training chest for a while. So utilizing those stronger muscle groups when everything else is fatigued is helpful. Women as well, when our triceps and shoulders get fatigued, using that chest press through is a little bit easier. So let's look at that from the start. So let's look at it from our cartwheel in. Get your hands set, make sure you're ready, and then you're going to come straight down and press that head through. Good. Good, and again, nice. Managing fatigue in a workout, depending on how many reps you have, you want to think about how you're going to break that. If you can hit one more rep on this in particular, I would say do it, because remember, you have to come down and then you've got to get yourself back in position. If you're someone who needs to do the wall walk all the way up, if you're having to break that into singles or doubles, you're going to have to wall walk up every time, and that's more pressing. That's one of the reasons you want to think about using options 2 and 3 to get yourself into position.